To everyone who's been screaming for me to review this movie, I told you, patience is a virtue. The Black Swan. So The Black Swan stars my wife, Natalie Portman, a really nice, really sweet, perfectionist type ballet dancer who's given the role of a lifetime as she's given the role of the Swan Queen. But she has to be both White Swan, who pretty much is what she is naturally, and Black Swan, which is everything she is absolutely not. But somewhere deep inside Natalie Portman's character, you can see the spark of the devious and evil Black Swan. It's in there somewhere. And what makes it really cool is that all of us really have that in us. I mean, not a swan persona per se, really. Yeah, that sounds really gay. You know what I mean. Alright, we all have good and evil. Moving on. But becoming the role of the Black Swan does not come naturally to Natalie Portman's character, so she has to dig deep, and that mixed with her perfectionist personality, we're in for some intense shit. It gets a little intense. Now, even though this movie ultimately features ballet dancers, everyone can relate to it for two reasons. One, because like I said, we all have the contrast of good and bad, black and white. And two, because we all know what it means to want something just really badly. I hope we all know what that feels like anyway. And as for Mila Kunis in the movie, she's kind of Natalie Portman's opposite side. She's like the real-life Black Swan in the movie. The Black Swan role would be as easy for her as the White Swan role is for Natalie Portman. And I personally really like movies with that kind of character contrast. And Mila Kunis played the role really well. I mean, just in the way she walked, talked, moved, interacted, she was cool, fun, sexy. You know, the little things that makes chicks hot. Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis in this movie were like Batman and the Joker. You know, one's chaos and one's order. Both could probably learn a little from the other. But who are we kidding? Chaos, a little more fun. And when the two start knocking back the drinks, you get to see all sorts of stuff you did not think you were going to see when you were watching Attack of the Clones. I mean, well, you thought about it. I thought about it many times, but I just didn't think I'd actually, you know, see it. But God bless you, Darren Aronofsky. God bless you. Okay, so was The Black Swan good? Yes, it was actually really well done. I mean, it's well written, well directed. Darren Aronofsky has a way of delivering a really dark and extreme vision of human beings and making it surprisingly relatable, if that makes sense. A lot of crazy shit happens in this movie. It's interesting, it's creepy. When human beings start to crack, it's not fun for them. And yes, Natalie Portman, she will probably get an Oscar for this. But let's face it, when we were watching Attack of the Clones and she was like, I truly, deeply love you, we were all like, I think she's a little better than that. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna blame that line on the director, because that was bullshit. I think she's got more. And we were right. So it was dark, twisted, creepy, and surprisingly relatable. I probably shouldn't relate to this movie, but I kinda do. Does that make me crazy? So I would say The Black Swan is Oscar worthy. And by that I mean well shot, well acted, well directed, memorable, and effing creepy. It's a two-headed... Well, I suppose that's good. Be it a bit artsy. I mean, is The Black Swan my favorite movie of the year? No, it's not. Because let's be honest, I will never go to my friends and be like, dude, you know what I'm thinking? Let's have a fucking Black Swan night, dude. Right now. Black Swan on Blu-ray in my generic Blu-ray box. This shit has to happen, man. Black Swan night. Replay value plays into it. I'm not gonna do that. But I am glad I saw it, and if you like really dark psychological movies of self-destruction, you should probably see it. At least once. And there is a Mila Kunis, Natalie Portman lesbo scene. Are you still on the fence? Because you really shouldn't be. Not now. But if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, then click right here to see more.